Alright, hello YouTube frogs. Today we'll be talking about the Staff of Homa and the Gravestone Banner. So, in my personal opinion, I think the banner's honestly a trap. Even if you're going just specifically for the lithic weapons, I don't honestly think they're worth it because in using these weapons, you lock out a majority of the good characters that you can use. So you'll be locking out characters like Bennett, you'll be locking out characters like Sucrose, even Diona. So I think just using these weapons, if you wanted to make these weapons really worth it, you would have to actually get the weapon R5 and run a specific team comp for it, but going that far to get these weapons R5 is it'll actually cost you an arm and a limb. The main thing about these weapons that people don't really realize is that these are event exclusive 4-star weapons. So once this banner leaves, you'll never get the chance to R5 this weapon ever again. You won't get any more extra refinements. Whatever you get from however long the banner goes until the 16th, that's going to be what your weapon's going to be stuck at until maybe they have a rerun sometime in the future, like maybe 6 months to a year. But yes, if you read down here, they will never go into the standard wish, the Wanderlust invocation. So honestly, if you're not really wailing out, these are just kind of extra weapons that you kind of get while going for the Staff of Homa. And on that topic, Staff of Homa versus Deathmatch. The thing with Staff of Homa is like, if you're running Staff of Homa, it's it's basically the same amount of stats you would get as running Deathmatch. Because if you're running Staff of Homa, you're going to be running a crit rate circlet. And when you're running a crit rate circlet, the amount of crit rate you get is like around 30%. And say for example you run a deathmatch instead, you'll be losing this crit damage from the weapon, but you'll be gaining 36% crit rate, and you'll be gaining the option to run a crit damage headpiece, which a crit damage headpiece goes up to 62%. So at the end of the day, the stats that you get from the artifacts plus the weapon are the same. The only difference is the passive. The passive for the Homa is just the HP and the bonus attack based on your max HP, which is actually different. The way they calculate that HP is not from your base HP. It calculates it from this white number plus this green number. That's how it works on Jade Cutter. So this weapon, yeah, it can be good for Hu Tao, but the thing is, the other option, Deathmatch, is still just as good. The base attack isn't as high, but at least, it's a weapon that's obtainable, that you don't really have to go through, the whole weapon banner trap. And, I mean, the passive for it is not really that bad. 16% attack, 24% when there's a single target. So, and plus, the thing is with these, you can actually get refinements. I don't think getting refinements for the Staff of Homa is really in the cards for everybody, but I mean, you could get lucky, you could get unlucky and not even get the Staff of Homa. But even if you need the 2 weapons on the banner, what I'm thinking is, I mean, Gravestone's been out for a while, and we're getting new waves of weapons. Like for example, we're getting the rest of the Jade series, and after the Jade series, we're probably gonna get new weapons with the Inazuma patch. So I don't think Gravestone might even be a good option in the next coming months, because for example, if the Jade Claymore comes out and the Jade Claymore has a crit rate and the same passive, the Gravestone would kind of actually be phased out. So those are just my thoughts on the banner. I mean, at the end of the day, it's up to you whether you want to spend or not spend. It really depends on whether you you're a free-to-play player, free-to-play by the way player, or a whale, it's always something to keep in mind that you actually don't just look at the weapons, but you look at the character combos that the weapons work on. Like for example, the staff of Homa is kind of limited. I mean, you could use it on Zhongli, you could use it on Hu Tao, but you can't. It's not really the best for Zhao. And same thing with the Gravestone. You always have to look at which characters actually use the weapons and what other weapons are coming up, basically. But those are just my thoughts. Just always, for sure, spend wisely. Don't overspend. Weapon banners always are known as a trap. You can end up with 21 spears. You could always have that person behind you just yelling 5 more spears. But yeah, and just summon at your own risk, and just take account what characters you have, how many resources you have, and how much primos you have to use, because you might not be able to get to a high refinement of the lithic weapons. But yeah, that will be all for today's video. Those are just thoughts that I had on the weapon banner, and how these weapons will work on future characters, and how they work on certain characters we have right now.